Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to make a crispy chicken and cucumber sushi with spicy sauce with a side of stuffed cucumbers. So, let's get into it. So what you're going to need is half a cup of rice with half a tablespoon of rice wine vinegar, half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of sugar and half a teaspoon of olive oil mixed in. You're going to need one nori sheet or seaweed, half cucumber cut in half with the seeds taken out, 2/8 of a cucumber, very specific, about a handful of shredded carrot, 2 halved cherry tomatoes, and another handful of purple cabbage. Next, you're going to need some mayonnaise, some paprika, and some sriracha. These will be used to make the sauce. It will depend on how much sauce you want and how spicy you want and how much you need. You're going to need 50 grams of chicken breast. That may not sound like a lot, but it's enough. You're also going to need some flour, egg, and breadcrumbs. This will be to crumb the chicken, and the soy sauce is optional for your sushi. Okay, so now you've got all your stuff ready. We're going to take our chicken and we're going to cover it with a freezer bag. Now I've just folded this freezer bag in half, placed it on top of our chicken, and we're going to take our meat hammer. I'm not 100% sure what it's called, but yes, we're going to hammer our meat to make it about a centimeter thick. This will help the chicken cook through evenly and make it easier to crumb. Okay, so once your chicken is about a centimeter thick, you're going to want to take it and place it into the flour. You want to make sure this chicken is completely covered in flour, because the flour will help the egg stick to the chicken and the egg will help the crumbing stick to the chicken. So once that is completely covered, you're going to want to take your chicken and place it into the egg. This is just an egg I have cracked, placed into the bowl and whisked together. This is just to help, as I said before, the crumbing stick to the chicken. So once your egg is completely covering the chicken, you're going to want to take it and place it into the crumbing. Obviously, the crumbing is to give the chicken a bit of texture, and, who prefers grilled chicken over chicken schnitzel? I have chosen to crumb this twice, mainly because I had a bit of crumb left over. You don't have to do this, but I thought it was a good idea. So, once that is completely covered in crumbs, you are ready to cook your chicken. Pause it. Okay, so what I have done is taken a pan that has been heated up on medium-low heat, covered the bottom in oil, and I'm just going to fry that on either side till golden brown and cooked all the way through. Okay, so while your chicken is cooking, we're going to go ahead and make our stuffed cucumbers. You're going to take your 2 halved cucumbers with the seeds taken out and take your cherry tomatoes and place them in one half of the cucumber. Not all of the halves will fit unless you have a really big cucumber, but I just used 3 halves. Then you're going to take some of your carrot and squish it down into the bottom of the other half, and then you're going to take some of your cabbage and squish that together too. Then you're going to want to take some toothpicks to hold this together. You don't have to, but if you're taking it in a lunchbox like I am, you're going to want it to stay together. So I just placed a toothpick in either end and put some in the middle. And then I will cut between the toothpicks to make some bite-sized pinwheels. Okay, so now you have cooked your chicken and it is golden brown on both sides and cooked all the way through. You're going to want to start on your sauce. I used a tablespoon of mayonnaise and a squirt of sriracha. Personally, I like a bit of spice in my food, but obviously it's up to you. You don't have to make it as spicy. Or if you don't like any spice at all, you can just use mayonnaise. It's up to you. So once that is whisked together, you're going to want to add some paprika. This gives the sauce a bit of a smoky taste. I personally like it, but as say, once again, it's up to you if you don't want to put it in there. So yeah, just give that a bit of a mix until it's all thoroughly combined. Okay, so here I used an extra spoon just to get that mayonnaise off my spoon to mix it all together. And then your sauce should look like this. Okay, Okay, so now you have your sauce all mixed up. You're going to want to take your bamboo sheet. You don't need to use one of these, but I thought it's just a bit easier. But as say, you can roll it with your fingers. So you're going to want to place that on your chopping board and use 4 big scoops of rice. This will depend on the size of your nori sheets, but I'm 90% sure they're all the same. So once you have all your rice on it, the seaweed, you're going to want to press it down and spread it out. I like to leave a little bit at the end of one side of the nori sheet. This just helps the seaweed stick back to itself. But as say, it's up to you. It's your sushi. Make it your own. So once your sushi is all spread out and completely covering the sheet, except for that bit I left at the end, if you're like me, you're going to want to take your chicken and cut it into long strips. You will have plenty of leftover chicken, so don't worry about using all of it. But once that is cut into strips, I like to use 4 strips on my sushi. I'm just going to place that at the end. It will overlap a little bit, but that's okay. Okay, so now you have your chicken. We're going to take your 2/8 of the cucumber and place that end to end on the sushi. This will just make the roll a bit thinner, as say it is just there to give it a bit of a crunch. Then you're going to want to dollop your sauce on, as much or as little as you want. I used as much as I can and scraped it out of the bottom of the bowl. Then you're going to want to roll it. It will start to fall apart, but that's okay because it will go back together as you roll it. I like to make sure my sushi is super tight. This just helps it keep together better. Okay, so now you have your sushi all rolled up. I choose to cut mine in half. That's just how I like to eat my sushi. But once again, it's up to you. So then you're going to take your stuffed cucumber and cut it in between each of the toothpicks. I like to eat mine like this because it's a nice bite-sized snack. I think it's really healthy. It's got sweet and tanginess from the tomato and crunchiness from the cucumber, obviously. And yeah, that is my lunch. You can use some soy sauce with the sushi, obviously. But yeah, let's give it a try. Yeah, so there you have it. That is my crispy chicken and cucumber sushi with spicy sauce and stuffed cucumber pinwheels. There I am, just giving it a taste. So yeah, as say, I had plenty of rice and chicken left over to make one more, so you can glad wrap it, chuck it in the fridge for another day. I actually only ate half of this, so you take half and take it for school the next day. You can make this on a weekend for the week's lunches and then save your mum and dad making lunch for the rest of the week. But yeah, as say, you can tweak it to however you want it. If you don't want the crumb chicken, you don't need the crumb chicken. If you like a different sauce, you can use a different sauce. But that is how I like to make my sushi. And yeah, hope you enjoy it. Hope you try it. And yeah, that's it for now. See yous.